If you're wondering why these 5 handsome gentlemen are seated apart from their fellow candidates, it's because they've been designated as their region's continental representatives. So first, representing the Caribbean, Mr. Dominican Republic.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Alejandro Martinez. I'm from the Dominican Republic and I'm very happy to represent my country and the whole Caribbean. Thank you, Philippines. Thank you so much. Mahal kita.
Representing Europe, Mr. England.
Mabuhay! Kumusta ka? My name is Jack Kesselwood. I'm here representing England at Mr. World. I'm very proud to be speaking on behalf of the European nations today. Thank you.
Representing Africa, Mr. Kenya.
Thank you very much. Jambo, my name is Kulapudi. I'm representing the beautiful country Kenya. And on behalf of all the African countries represented, we just want to say thank you to the organization and Miss Julia Molly. And of course, Sir Arnold for the beautiful hospitality. And now I can travel to every part of the world knowing I can meet gentlemen who I can speak their language, even if it's in sign language. I'm really happy to meet all of you. Thank you.
Representing the Americas, Mr. Mexico.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Fauquier. I'm Mr. World, Mexico, and I'm so proud to represent my beauty country and also be sharing with you with a group of so handsome guys. We're here to share with all Filipinos in all the world a little of our country, culture, tradition, and energy here in Mr. World 2019.
And finally, representing Asia Pacific, our very own Mr. Philippines.
Mabuhay! So magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. For everyone who's here today, maraming salamat po sa pagpunta. And I am JB Saliba, the host candidate for Mr. World 2019. And for the beautiful country of the Philippines, we would like to welcome all of you lovely gents. So let's all have fun and make the most desirable man win.
Thank you, gentlemen. By now, I'm sure all of you are raring to So start thinking of some good questions for whichever candidate you may feel.
Hi Maureen, I'm Norman from norman.com. I'd like to ask the 5 continental big brothers, how do you plan to become the role model for your respective brothers in your continental assignments? Briefly now, because there's 5 of you.
Well, sa akin, una-una is I will share my Filipino, how hospitable we are. So, yun ang una-una kong gagawin.
Well, to be a role model for me is to be a person, not just a desirable person, to desire to be like that person, to be the nice personality, the humility, and to be a nice guy, to be someone who wants to have a long talk with, and to be with, to get to know each other, to communicate, and to be a miserable.
Thank you. What I want to say is that I want to be a dream come true story to a young boy back in Africa who thinks they can never be anything because of their geographical blessing, because I was once that boy. But today, I'm still on the world stage with this wonderful gentleman about to be the world's most desirable man.
I really like that answer. Where I'm from, I think to be a good ambassador to lead those nations, I think, is to lead by example with the traits that I believe you need to be a good Mr. World, and that is to have class and style, but also to have that passion to be the next Mr. World and to have that fascination of global culture. So that's why it's been incredible to be at the Philippines for the Mr. World competition.
Well, I don't want to be a role model just for the people from the Dominican Republic, but I want to be a role model for the world. So I would set up an example of hard work and dedication, and I would like to carry the message that when you work hard, when you dedicate yourself, and you put effort to whatever you do, you can make all your dreams come true. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Hi guys, I'm Adam Hinata from Sash Factor pageant site. I would just like to ask your opinion on what do you think, what can you say about critics who say that pageants like Mr. World objectify or commodify men to a certain stereotype? Like they say that, you know, men should just excel on their respective fields than showcasing their physical prowess on stage. Can you prove them wrong?
Of course, we can prove them wrong. We are talented men. We are dreamers. We are here because we want to educate the people about the pageants. Pageants help us make our dreams come true, and Mr. World is an example of that. Thank you.
I'll take an answer. I think what I would do, I've had this question asked to me a couple of times. I think the question that I've asked back to them is, have they actually seen one of the Mr. World pageants or one of the national competitions under Mr. World? And the answer has most of the time been no. And so I've found that just a simple education about what the competition's about, and the explanation around how well-rounded you need to be in order to actually be a Mr. World, and usually the response is, "Oh, I didn't actually know that." So that's been my experience anyway.
For me, I would say the most desirable man in the world is not just about good looks. It's not about beautiful bodies and abs. It's not about the perfect walk on the stage and beautiful clothes. It's mainly about the compassion that you have for other people and how you can care about other people. And all these gentlemen here have big hearts, and you can clearly tell just by looking at them, because in Africa we say you can see through someone's heart through their eyes.
Well, for me, to be here in the most desirable man, Mr. World, has been the opportunity to be the voice of the voiceless, to be who wants to go to the countries and express what people can't say. For my country, I can say that because we have a lot of people that the politics can't lend them to express, and then I'm here to be the voice of the voiceless.
Thank you.
Well, they actually said it all, but I just want to add, here in the Philippines, a male pageant is actually different. So we don't look at it the same way as Mr. World. So I'm actually very, very glad that Mr. World is actually happening here in the Philippines. So actually Filipinos will have a different perspective of how male pageants should really be like.
Good afternoon, I'm Ethan Concepcion of Manila Standard. Why is it important for beauty kings like you to get closer or to be of service to the different communities, especially to the needy ones?
Well, it's always better to be closer with all of the communities, because we will all help each other to give help to all of those people in need. So every hand that we can actually grab to get that help is actually a big deal.
Well, to be near the people in need is one of the qualities a Mr. World needs to be people, gentlemen that have union, to claim for union in this world. We have a lot of problems. We need to avoid that with union.
For me, the way I would define a perfect gentleman is someone who is selfless, someone who does not only just think about themselves, and someone who looks at other people and always thinks how they can lift them up, or whether be on the same level or even higher than them.
And just to clarify the question, so you were saying about why would you need to be close to those global communities if...
Yes, to the community, especially to the needy one.
Absolutely. I think if you are able to help, it's quite simple, then you have a responsibility to help. So I think it's as simple as that. If you are able to do anything, then you have a responsibility to offer that.
As Mr. World, As Mr. World Dominican Republic, I have had the opportunity to work for my own organization, which is called Building Bridges Foundation. And what we do is that we collect school supplies and toys for the people in need, for the kids back in my hometown, Dominican Republic. And I think that this is one of the qualities that Mr. World should have. You need to be an example. You need to set up an example. You need to help the people in need. Thank you.
So much. Good job, guys.
Awesome. Let's also open up the questions to our gentlemen in the back. So if you have any questions, let's also interview our dashing gentleman back here.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon. I'm Nolly Berto for OPNB Work. Anyone can answer my question. Okay. As an official candidate for Mr. World 2019, what particular part of the pageant do you really look forward to where you can show off the best in you?
Please also state your name and your country.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Mr. World Honduras. My name is Dario Paredes. And going back to your question, hello? Oh, here, I got it. Thank you. The one aspect that I have been a huge fan of the MWO, to put it that way, is the Julia Morley's legacy, Beauty with a Purpose. Ever since Julia Morley changed the dynamic of Miss World in 1972, Miss World has turned into a huge force of good causes, and it changed completely the whole idea of a beauty pageant. I'm a huge fan of what she's done, and as a young altruist, I'm always looking forward to work with organizations that work with children. I'm a man of faith. I believe in God, and every time that I contribute to make a child laugh, I believe that I'm doing what God wants me to do. So as a contestant, as a representative of my country, I wish to one day be able to work with the MWO, with Vanessa Ponce de Leon, with Julia Morley, and with Beauty with a Purpose. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that lovely answer.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Tita Lavinia from Titas of Pageantry. I know that you guys come from different regions of the world with different cultures, but one of our commenters here is asking, how do you define being the world's most desirable man based on your culture, based on your traditions, and based on your beliefs?
Canada.
Thank you very much for your question. My name's Alessandro. I'm from Canada. I think being part of the world and being part of a bigger group of people stands for the fact that you need to be a part of your own country first. In Canada, Canada is one of the most incredible countries because we have a very, very diverse culture and we have a very diverse engagement on bringing people and getting people to come to Canada and have the opportunity to do something that they might have never been able to do. And I think as a people, as all these gentlemen sitting here, we represent something that's far greater than just our country. We represent the world. We represent what all of we stand for within our country. And I think each one of us is very culturally diverse. Each one of us has our incredible cultures, incredible different traditions. From Africa, which is incredible. I love Africa, it's amazing. To the Americas, to Asia, to all over the world. What we stand for is a voice of the people who might not be heard. And I think to answer your question more directly, we are the people of the world that stand for our country, our traditions, our people. And for that, my country is one of the countries that is the most incredible ways to get to a point where you can do something for yourself and for your family, but not only for that, for the world. So that's kind of, I really do appreciate that question. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tristan Francisco from the Philippine Pageantry. First of all, welcome, guys. Welcome to the Philippines. Mabuhay. And then my question is actually for the four most gorgeous women in the room. So who would be one moment? Yeah. My question is first, welcome back, Stephanie. The Filipinos have remembered your song for them the last time you were here. Then welcome back, Mrs. Julie Morley. It's glad to see you here again. And the last time you were here, you said that you might not be healthy enough to go back. So good that you're here. And then of course, Vanessa, and of course, Maureen. This question is for the four of you ladies. How would you qualify desirability as a criteria to choose among all these gorgeous men to be the Mr. World of 2019?
Hi, everybody. I think the desirable aspect about all of these young men that are competing at Mr. World isn't just their physical appearance, because everybody here can see they are all very, very handsome men. It is definitely the same thing that we're looking for at Miss World, which is somebody who has a heart, somebody whose purpose in life is to give back to others and share with other people and find the importance in giving back and always being that pillar for somebody else.
Hola!
Hola!
I love that you guys speak a little Spanish. It's so good. So I think one of the most important things is to see that these guys care. They care about their families, they care about their countries, and they care about the people they represent. That's, for me, is very desirable in a man. I want to see them, they're talented, these guys have amazing talents, they're well educated, and they came here just to represent their people. And I think it's very nice to see. That's what we're looking for.
For me, I have to say something that I find very desirable in any man would be their charisma and their aura. I think you can really tell who a person is just by looking into their eyes and feeling their warmth. So for me, a Mr. World is kind and he lights up the room.
I'm a little old to be looking for. It's really hard for me to give a strong opinion. But I think the thing that, of course, you know I love is the fact that they all help you. They all help you with the kids. Whoever's Mr. World, and in their own countries, because they're all involved with their purpose. It's men as well as women that should be involved. And this is why I believe that men are just as important as women. We must look to them to see where we can share the load of taking care of our kids. Because I think a woman's job, especially with children, is sometimes they're rather forgotten at home. But often we rather overlook the man because he's trying to support his family, and most men are brilliant, most men want to help. But I think around the world we have a different feeling. The world's changing. Women are saying they want to be free, but they also know they need the men beside them, and men need the women, whether it's their mother, girlfriend or sister. They need each other, and I think the quicker we start to really respect each other and all share the load, meaning share the newer generations coming through, the world's going to be a fantastic place. But what do I like in a man? I think I like the honesty. I don't care if he's not the prettiest person. I don't care if he's handicapped. Because from here, there's a special thing that exudes from a person about what they're feeling. And when you look at a sick person, they look to you and they say thank you all the time. I look to them and say thank you for the privilege of helping. And I think Filipinos are particularly amazing with compassion. They feel a lot. They actually feel the pain of others. And you've had some horrible things happen with floods and people dying with different things happening. even now at the moment, but you all manage to get together and cheer up. So for me, I like to see men with a sense of humour, but willing to stand by their man or their woman. Thank you.
We request these guys to come forward with the help of Billy and Maureen. Mr. Argentina.
Mr. Argentina, where are you?
Mr. Brazil. Mr. Greece. Mr. Lebanon and
Spain.
Mr. Thailand. Okay, can you tell us something about yourself? How old are you and what do you do? And what is your personal advocacy in your country? Let's start with Mr. Lebanon.
So, hello everybody. My name is Joe Kopitar. I come from Lebanon. It's a country located in the Middle East. Personally, I'm a computer engineer and I have been working in the field for the past 10 years.
Okay.
And my advocacy for this beauty pageant is that I have been working with an association called Kids First Association. This association takes care of children who have cancer. So like I was telling the guys yesterday that in 2014 I have lost a very dear person to my heart due to cancer. So after 1 year I took an oath that I should do whatever I can to save my life. And for the past 5 years I sponsored like a baby. Her name was Christy, she was 3 months old, she had leukemia. And like now she's totally cured. And that would be my advocacy. I will definitely be helping kids who have cancer. Thank you.
That's a good story.
Thank you. My name is Tomo Dzeko. I'm 19 years old. Well, I study business and management in Greece.
What is your advocacy?
Well, I have my own charity. I try to inspire other and encourage other people to become volunteers and to spread this positive message to everybody. And together we'll be one as unity to help everybody. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Hello everyone, Mabuhay. I'm Carlos Franco. I'm 27 years old. I come from Brazil. So I work as a model, actor. I have an event company. I'm ambassador of the fight against leprosy in Brazil. I'm professional karate fighter, and I have inspired young people to do that too. I have the social project also in the Bondini Hospital. The kids have the cancer also. It's really hard to talk about because, you can imagine. So I'm really proud to stay here and represent my country. I was waiting for that moment for a long time. I was elected Mr. Brazil 2016. So I'm really proud and really happy to live that experience of my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Leonardo Diaz Alencastro. I'm from Argentina. I'm a teacher in a university. I am professor of education physics. And well, my purpose here is show all of you my culture, you know. So I will find all of you a friendship with all the guys. All the guys are amazing and amazing people. Philippines. Thank you for welcoming all of us. And well, thank you so much.
Hi everyone. My name is Anakin Nagaprasit. I'm 19 years old. I've studied in Canada for 6 years, but right now I'm in university in Thailand. I'm studying communication art. And the project I'm doing is called Brightest Tomorrow. It's all about helping out a kid who was abandoned from their parents to give them a better future and give them a chance in society. Because Thai people, we are not judge people by the way they look, where you came from, or how we are born, but we are judge people by the sign of their heart. Thank you.
Maybe I have the last question. What qualities are you looking for in a woman? What qualities are you looking for in a woman? Yes.
Well, probably, of course, not from the outside, but from the inside. The quality that I love in women the most is the way they smile, being honest, and being loyalty, and have a great heart.
Okay.
Thank you.
The quality in your woman. I think the personality is so many important, you know. Well, the honesty is the first of all. The honesty is the first of all. The confidence in the person is the first of all, you know. All of that.
For me, I come from the simple family. I lost my father around 2 years ago. So I live with my mom like 15 years, only me and her. And right now I have my young sister. She's everything for me. So I look some girl, have the kind of styles of my family, you know. Good heart, and can help other people, and give me everything, you know, for good company, and they make me smile every day. So that's the woman.
Well, I agree with all these gentlemen. The inside matters more. Well, I like honesty matters, a good smile, good heart, and a good personality, of course.
So for me, I'm gonna make it very easy. I'm searching for one quality that comes above all qualities, is to be a mother and the mother of my child.
Thank you, gentlemen. What lovely answers. Everybody is so well spoken. And we will be wrapping up. Gentlemen, you can take your seat again. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Ferdinand from Mississology. Can I have Venezuela, Netherlands, Thailand, Kazakhstan, and Nigeria? My request, Mr. Spain. Hello. My question is, what have you heard about the Philippines and the Filipinos, and what is your impression now that you are here in the Philippines?
Hi, my English is sorry. Can you repeat, please, slowly?
What have you heard about the Philippines and the Filipinos, and what is your impression now that you are here?
First impression about Philippines.
Mi impresión, la verdad, que ha sido muy buena. Me han acogido de muy buena forma, con mucha amabilidad, un trato espectacular.
My impressions have been very good. They have been very welcoming and warm.
Estoy muy contento y orgulloso de estar aquí con todos vosotros y de la acogida que me han dado.
I'm very happy and proud to be with all of you.
La verdad que era mi sueño y estar aquí representando mi país en Mister Mundo, cuando yo sé que Filipinas es el de los países que más les gusta este concurso,
was my dream to come here and represent my country, and knowing that Philippines is one of the biggest fans in pageantry.
Y sobre todo porque tenemos una historia con filipinos de hace muchos años y me siento muy identificado con ellos, sobre todo con su cultura.
And above all, Spain and Philippines have history together, and I feel identified with your culture.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Jorge Eduardo Núñez from Venezuela. I'm 24 years old. I'm a civil engineer, and well, I read so much from your culture and the Philippines in general. But being here and is like my people in Venezuela, because our the humility, the candle is like my people, and well, I like so much that, and thank you so much for receiving me here in your country. It's beautiful. I like so much the city and all the people, and well, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ulek and I'm representing Kazakhstan, and I'm glad that I have a chance to take part in this competition, and I want to say a few words about me. I'm staying in China. I have been living in China for 3 years, and I have a lot of friends from Philippines, and they support me, and I want to say that thank you so much for your support. It's very important for me, and I'm glad that I have a chance to see everybody, to see your face, to see so many beautiful faces. It's very important to me, and I want to say a few words about the Philippines. And I know it's very beautiful, it's very famous country, and I'm glad that Mr. World competition is here, because it's really a good place to take part in this place. So thank you very much for your supporting, and we will do it together.
Hello everybody, my name is Nelson Awarm, and I'm representing the Giants of Africa, Nigeria. First of all, I haven't really heard a lot about Philippines, apart from the fact that you guys are amazing fans of pageants. And I'm a fan of pageants, so I really love the country even before I came here. And the impression I started having right from when I went to the embassy to get my visa, they were very friendly. They were very friendly to me, unlike some stuff I've heard about other embassies, and I really loved it. And coming to Philippines from the embassy, everybody was really warm and welcoming, and that thing is one thing I'm very, very appreciative for. Thank you everybody for having us. Very grateful.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Ashley Petanella. I represent the Netherlands. I have a connection with the Netherlands by means that I am born in Aruba. Apparently Aruba has a connection with Manila by the fact that our Miss, not to mention the competition, but Miss Universe Aruba 1974, she was very important here, and she became a very important person, Marina Viera. But the point is, in the Netherlands, we are very much about diversity and coming together. And although I spoke to some of the makeup artists, they were like, we don't have that much diversity, but I could see in all of you that you really want to get to know us, no matter who we are, and just share our experiences together and really get to know what is inside our hearts. So thank you for that.
Hey guys, so my first impression for Philippines is very warm welcoming. When the first time I arrived at the airport, the Philippine people, they are very friendly. I'm very glad to be here. I always want to come to Philippines when I have a chance, but now I do. Thank you very much for everyone to having me here. I'm very glad to see you all. Philippine people, they are very friendly. I talked to like many of the staff in the hotel and in the airport. They were really nice, and the culture is very beautiful. I want to say thank you all of you to having me here. I'm very glad to see you all. Mahita.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. You may all have a seat.